You only have one issue, and it's probably showing up as 10 different problems in your life, money being one of them. So if you've ever looked at your life and thought, why the hell is it always shmoney, relationships, self-worth, boundaries, confidence, visibility, creativity, why is it always something? This video is for you because what I want to talk about today isn't money advice. It's not mindset hacks. It's not think positive and manifest abundance nonsense. It's the internal battle for abundance, and more specifically, the inner hologram you're living inside of unconsciously. In this video, we're going to look at how one internal imprint, one belief you picked up early can quietly run your finances, your relationships, your ability to be seen, your willingness to take up space, and even how safe you feel wanting more. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's the thing most people miss. A belief is not a thought you consciously choose. It's a long-held idea about how the world works and who you are within it. And once a belief is formed, you start living as if it's a fact. Not a theory, a fact. So someone doesn't walk around thinking, I believe I'm not supported. They just live as if no one will ever take care of them. They overwork, they don't ask for help, they grip money, they stay hyper independent, they don't rest, and they call it being responsible or hardworking or a go-getter. Another person doesn't think, I believe wanting more is bad. They just feel a low-grade shame every time they desire expansion, more money, more ease, more attention, more success, and then they sabotage it, shrink it, or delay it, and call that humility or spirituality or being a good person. Different lives, same mechanism. This is what I mean by the inner hologram. Your external reality isn't random, it's patterned. It's organized around whatever belief your nervous system decided was true when you were a wee little girl, a wee little boy. And here's where people get annoyed because they want the money problem to just be about shmoney, but it's seldom about shmoney. If you have a money wound, whichever flavor it is, you will almost always see it mirrored elsewhere. If you struggle with money, you might also struggle with self-worth. You might struggle with boundaries in relationships. You might fear being seen or judged. You might stay small in your creative expression. You might hesitate to charge properly, speak boldly, or take up space. So as you can see, everything is connected because it's the same internal imprint expressing itself in different arenas. One issue, 10 symptoms. Let me ground this a bit. A fact is something that can be objectively proven. It can be proven that I am a woman. Your beliefs are not facts, but your body doesn't know that. So if you grew up around messaging like, money causes problems, money is the root of all evil, rich people are greedy, rich people don't pay their taxes, women shouldn't out-earn men, nothing comes easy, nothing is free in life, wanting more makes you selfish, you're on your own, don't rely on anyone. Your system doesn't store those as opinions, it stores them as survival information. And once something is stored as survival information, your entire life organizes around it. So let's say, for example, you internalized the idea that wanting more gets you shamed. Maybe it was subtle, a look, a comment, a joke, a parent who rolled their eyes when you talked big about your ambitions, or a household where ambition was mocked and contentment with less was moralized. You don't grow up thinking, my parents shamed me for wanting more. You grow up thinking, I'll keep myself small so I don't feel that sting ever again. Fast forward 20 years and now you undercharge, you hesitate to post, you second guess your ideas, you feel exposed asking for money, you downplay your wins, you feel vaguely sick when success gets close, and you call it procrastination. or fear of failure, or fear of success, when really it's an old imprint quietly running the show. This is where money wounds come in, not as labels but as patterns. Someone with a money shame wound doesn't feel bad about money, they feel bad about themselves. They feel inherently flawed. So visibility feels dangerous. Receiving feels uncomfortable. Being seen feels indulgent. Someone with a hard money wound doesn't just believe money is hard to make, they believe ease is suspicious. Rest means failure. If it's not exhausting, it doesn't feel earned. Someone with a money trust wound doesn't just distrust money, they don't trust themselves. So decisions are delayed, authority is outsourced, confidence wobbles. Someone with a safe money wound isn't greedy. We're not greedy, we're anxious. So accumulation feels like safety and spending feels like threat, even when there's plenty. And someone with a disappearing money wound doesn't just feel unlucky, their nervous system expects loss. So money comes in and the body braces for impact and somehow it leaves. People with this money wound blow through money really quick because their belief is that, money just disappears. So they better spend it before it disappears. So as you can see, different expressions, same logic. Your inner hologram says, this is how life works. This is how safe I am. This is what I'm allowed to have. And here's the bit that trips people up. You can consciously want abundance and unconsciously resist it at the same time. That's the internal battle. Part of you wants more money, more ease, more freedom. Another part of you associates that with danger, rejection, loss, shame. So you oscillate, you push, then pull back, you start, then stall, you expand, then collapse. And then you beat yourself up for lacking discipline or consistency, which is a whole load of hogwash because it's not discipline or consistency, it's not that simple. What's actually happening is that your belief system is trying to keep you coherent. Because from the nervous system's perspective, being consistent with a belief feels safer than being successful without one. Being loyal to an old belief feels safer than stepping into an unfamiliar identity, even if that identity is objectively better. This is why people can read every book, watch every video, journal till their hands cramp and still feel stuck, because you don't change a hologram by arguing with it. You change it by seeing it clearly enough that it stops showing up as reality. Once you realize, oh, this isn't the world, this is my imprint, my bullshit, something loosens. You stop personalizing everything. You stop thinking you're broken. You stop treating money as the enemy or the savior. You start asking better questions. What belief am I obeying here? What emotion is this belief anchored to? Where did I learn that wanting more was safe? What part of me thinks abundance comes with a cost? And most importantly, is this belief a fact or just something I've been living as if it is? Because your net worth and your self-worth are rarely separate things. They rise and fall together until you intervene. Money is emotional. I keep saying this. Money is emotional. Money is relational. Money is tied to identity. And until you address the internal battle, the part of you that learned to survive by shrinking, gripping, distrusting, or over-efforting, abundance will always feel just slightly out of reach. It's not about being incapable, it's because some younger version of you is still running on that old program. So if this video made you uncomfortable, good. That's usually the signal that you're brushing up against the real issue, not another surface level symptom. And if you want help identifying which belief is actually running your hologram, that's exactly why I created the free money wound quiz, which will reveal your main subconscious block around money. Because once you name the imprint, you can stop letting it quietly dictate your life. Remember, until you make your subconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, sending you love, and I will see you in a jiffy.